I'm Chef Josh Wolfe, Executive Chef at Coast Restaurant in downtown Vancouver, British Columbia. And today I'm going to show you how to cook and clean my favorite of all the crab species, local Dungeness crab. One thing we're going to do before we put them in the boiling water to cook, which we're going to do for 12 to 14 minutes a pound, 2-pound crab in this case, so we're going to give it 20 minutes and change. We're actually going to release the bands on the claws because we don't want the claws to break off while they're cooking. From here on in, be careful. Okay, so the claws released, Dungeness crab at its finest, and we're going to the pot.
Take them away.
So this crab is fully cooked now, and we can tell because the orangey red color is all that's left. Now, of all the pigment colors in shellfish, in the shell of the fish, the red or orange one is the only one that can sustain the heat of cooking, which is why prawns, lobster, and crab all turn very, very bright colored red or orange when they're finished cooking. So from here into the ice water, we're going to shock it, we're going to stop it cooking, and we're going to give it 5 or 6 minutes so that it cools all the way through, and then we'll be ready to clean the crab. So Dungeness crab is cooked. It's chilled long enough that we're not going to burn ourselves when we go to clean it. I'm going to show you how to break it apart now. We'll separate it into some of the beautiful pieces, and I'll show you how to get this gorgeous sweet meat out of the shell. We're going to flip it over first. And we're going to identify this little flap here, put a little bit of pressure on it, get our finger underneath, and that's going to allow us to lift it up. From here, we're going to put a little bit of pressure on the shell till we hear it crack. And now again, one hand on the shell, one hand on the body. We're going to pull them opposite ways and remove the head from the crab. Now you have some things in here, like the gills, for example, that we don't want to eat. So we're just going to very delicately remove them. And those we're going to discard. But some of this beautiful meat inside is some of the sweetest parts of the crab, and we're going to reserve that for later. We're going to clean this out nicely till all the gills are gone. And then we're going to put our head right where the mouth is, which is actually quite hard, and we're going to break it out. Now we have, apart from the shell, all of this meat is edible. So the easiest way to do this is to break it in half. So we have 2 different pieces, and we'll do one at a time. Both hands on either side, and crack it right in half. In this cavity here, you have beautiful little nooks and crannies. They're all full of gorgeous meat. So we're going to make 2 piles. One is going to be shell, and one is going to be meat. Don't rush through, and don't take too much time. We're going to have to pick through some of this meat after, because inevitably you will have shell in it. This one is a little more time consuming, but I promise it's worth it. Now, when you get to the leg, you have a few options. You can, as some people do, take the back of the knife like you would with a lobster and put pressure on the shell, break it, open it up, and then after you've exposed some of the meat, just very gently peel the shell from around the meat and release it. And really, you want to try not to break this, because not only is the flavor of Dungeness crab beautiful, but the texture of this meat is also very beautiful. And the only way to really, really enjoy that is to have it whole. So we're going to go through the whole crab, and we're going to break each one of the pieces, just like that. Top to bottom, and we'll expose all the meat. And as we go through, we'll peel the meat away from the shell. There you have it. Beautiful, beautiful Dungeness crab. So sweet, so delicate, and might I add, so tasty.